Hello, 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 and this is the Real Agent P, and I'm coming back at you with a starter guide for Broly from Dragon Ball Super. So let's get right into it. Alright, so in this starter guide, we're going to be talking about his special moves, his supers, some notable normals that he has, his assists, what I think are some pros and cons to the character, what I think the general game plan for the character should be, and then my final thoughts on him as a whole, and kind of as Season 2 is wrapping up as a whole as well. So let's start off with the special moves. The first special move that we're going to be going over is the Raging Quake, and it's quarter circle forward and an attack button. And it is okay in the air as well. So this is going to be your, for lack of a better word, combo ender. You're going to do this into super, kind of like Android 21 does with her dunks into her supers. Now, it does come in 3 different flavors, like a lot of the attacks here. So this is the light version, and as you can see, it does a little shockwave. Medium version does a big shockwave, which, if you're quick enough, you can combo off of, and so forth. And then the heavy version does a full screen version as well. Again, much like the medium version, you can combo off of it as well. Something that the medium version has that neither the light or the heavy version has is that you can use it in the air post vanish. Gonna do a quick little combo here, nothing fancy. Then see it, there we go. And then you can medium, if you're a little quicker than I am, you can get that super up. But it can be used post vanish to extend your combo beyond a Dragon Rush. The only thing is you have to work on that timing to get that specific timing for it, because you do have to delay it just a little bit, not a lot. You don't delay it too much and they're just gonna tech out. You do it too quick, you're gonna miss. So there is a little bit of a timing with that, but it can be done as you just saw. The next move we're going to be talking about is his Gigantic Fury. Now this is his grabs, so he's got, again, 3 flavors, light, medium, and heavy. And as you saw, I had to back off for that heavy, because from round 1's fight position, that heavy's gonna catch you. Get a nice little cinematic, pops you up, into easy combo confirmed. So if you think that they're gonna do anything aside from try to do a really quick attack, then you can just chuck them. And then you get your full combo confirmed off this, so on and so forth. The medium one, or the light one, is grounded, so it will catch grounded opponents. You got that little chuck, does a little wall bounce. The medium one is anti-air, so you can see it's going over Gogeta. But if I set him to jump, chucks him right out of the air. Okay. And something with both of these is, despite the version, if you're in the corner, you can very easily combo with your stomps. You can very easily combo with your stomps. Keep going from there. Take the jumping off here. Get back to round 1. Alright, so you can easily combo with your stomps. You know, go from there with it. Like I said, with the heavy version, there, heavy version. These my inputs are terrible. You can very easily jump confirm into it and just continue going from there. The jump version, or the heavy version, you already saw hit a standing opponent, but it can also hit a jumping opponent. So this depends on the state of the enemy. If the enemy is on the ground when the attack starts, it will be a grounded attack. So this attack depends on the state of the enemy. If you start the attack while they're on the ground, it will be a grounded attack. If you start it while it's in the air, it will be a jumping one. So as you can see, if I wait too long with the grab while he's in the air, yeah, if I can do that one. It misses. If I wait until he's on the ground and try to do it, it's gonna miss too. Ah, if I can actually hit that. Okay, but you get the idea. If they're grounded, they can jump out of it. If they're in the air and they land, it can miss. The downside with these are they are kind of slow. They're all about 24 frames. They're not fast grabs. They're not a fast grab like the Blue Coups have, or even like the light grab from OG Broly, which I think is like 16 or 17 frames, somewhere in there. You know, they're not a super fast grab. They're still fast enough to catch people. You're still going to catch people, especially online. But they're not like a pure 50-50, almost unreactable, just kind of got to know what's coming grab. So there is that you got to play around with. Now, and these are not okay in the air. So I'm putting in the inputs, and all I'm getting is like his jabs and stuff. So the grabs are not air okay. Now we're gonna move on to his next moves, which all have to do with the special button. All right, and the first special button move that we're going to be talking about is Eraser Blow. That's quarter circle forward and the S button, and that will throw this little blast cube. And as you can see, it comes up at an angle. If you're close but not like point blank, it's going to hit, and that's going to be about it. Now this does have a follow-up. If you're point blank, it does this little follow-up there, to where it does, you know, dunk and more damage. There is something fun that you can do with this follow-up. So as you can see there, I went into the next S button move, Gigantic Heave, and that is this throw right here. And that is it's again another true command grab. The only thing with it is an off the ground one, so it's got two special properties. One, it will be able to grab characters in a sliding knockdown state. So if you do that, delay it just a touch. More than that, there is a very specific delay that you have to do this. See, if you delay it too much, it'll do that. If you don't delay it, you'll go into the super, but you did see what would happen if you get the right delay. It will pick up characters out of a sliding knockdown. Base Vegeta is the only other character in this game that has any kind of off-the-ground grab. Now, the downside to it, we're going to set this guy to crouch. This will not hit a crouching opponent. It just goes right through. And that was a different move altogether. Real quick, this is what his reflect looks like. He just kind of screams at you, and just by sheer force of vocal power, he gets you to not do anything to him. Okay, but with that off-the-ground grab, as you saw, you can extend combos. If you're really quick on the draw after Dragon Rushes, you can pick them up out of the sliding knockdown off a Dragon Rush, continue into Super, just do all kinds of crazy stuff. This move right here lets you do a lot more stuff than people give you credit for. And now we're going to talk about his supers. And Broly has 3 level 1 supers, and 1 level 2 super, and 1 level 3 super. So this boy has 5 supers altogether. The first one we're going to talk about is the Gigantic Charge, which we're going to take this guy off a crouch real quick. And then his quarter circle forward, R1 on the ground only. So he does this, boom, switches sides. That is something very important to know about this super, is that he does switch sides. Now, if like you're in the corner, like here, and there, let's put back to the corner here. There we go. If you're in the corner here and you want to switch sides back into the corner, you can do this. Wait to DHC with a one, use like Janemba to get you even farther back in the corner, and at this point, they're almost in the corner. There's a little bit of gap there, but that's pretty much all that you got there. This is also his DHC super, so if we bring in Janemba here, do it, DHC as soon as possible. You're going to do that. You're going to miss if you DHC as soon as possible because it is Janemba. But that is also his DHC super. And again, it would switch sides if it hit and everything. So it still has the same properties as a DHC as it does normally. The next super we're going to talk about is the Gigantic Impact. And this is air only. And this is R1 in the air. Quarter second R1 in the air. It does that. Now, that doesn't look like much. Only 850 for one bar. But this guy has follow-ups. So you can do it, hit the button, and oh, see, that's better. That's 2,000 damage now. And you can control the angle that you go at. So if you do this very low to the ground, so you can just zip around, zip around, zip around. Something else that this has is this is where he gets into his level 2 super. So we're just gonna get up in here and not drop the combo. And then we're gonna hold the R1 button again, pop an extra bar off for some more damage. So it does about another 1,600 damage or so, right around there, for another bar. And if you're looking to squeak out that last little bit of damage, it's perfect. It's really hard to DHC into after that level 2, so keep that in mind, because that super is perfect if you're a base Goku player to set up into Spirit Bomb. Just go up, up, back, and then you don't do that, but you go right into DHCing into Goku's Spirit Bomb, and that will literally take them right into it. So if you're a base Goku player, Broly is one of your new best friends, because it makes comboing into Spirit Bomb so easy. Alright, and the last level 1 super that we're going to talk about is Meteor Shower. Now this one's both ground and air okay. Quarter circle forward, R2, and freaks out, shoots a bunch of blasts, and it has a follow-up. So one of the things this is good for is pressure. So say you're doing it, boom, 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 and then they have to either block or wake up with those in their face, and you can keep going. There is a little trick to it though, because normally those won't, like as you saw, a separate combo, those blasts don't follow up. Unless you are pretty high up in the air. So we're just going to do the normal combo. And watch. Into another super. So yeah, if you are high enough up in the air, these are the two caveats that I have seen with this. If you're high enough in the air and your enemy is same height or higher than you, and you do that super, those follow-ups will connect. You do a slightly delayed Dragon Rush, then you can go into Ground Pound, into another super. It's, you know, that is the way to use that super, because you can squeak out a little extra damage with that, doing it that way, where I haven't seen any other do it that way. And then the last one is the one that I tried to connect with, and it is the Gigantic Roar. So we're just going to set the enemy to guard for just a second here. So if they're guarding, quarter circle back, one or two buttons, nothing happens. Broly's state does not change at all, but if it hits, well then Broly goes shirtless, does his big old Godzilla beam, and from here on out he will stay shirtless. I really wish his hair stayed green, but it doesn't, and that's neither here nor there. He stays shirtless, and while he's in this form, he's got an across-the-board 5% boost to all of his attacks. So across the board, all of his attacks are going to do 5% more damage. And more damage, more better. Alright, we put his shirt back on him so we can talk about some notable normals that he has. The first one we're going to talk about is his headbutt, and that is forward H, and that's this guy right here. It's a true command grab. Blocking will not work against this. And it leaves them standing. Now you can also do follow-ups like this with this. You can go into his medium quake, into a proper combo. I don't think his... yeah, it doesn't combo into his other grab at all. You can also do an assist call if you have better timing than me. If You have way better timing here. So with Janemba, you can call him really early. Gogeta's a little bit later. So depending on how quick your assist is, you can call it to continue the combo from there. If you had like a Yamcha, basically headbutt, call Yamcha, leaves him standing, and then you can just go from there. And as you saw, this thing has a ridiculous amount of range. So I mean, you're this far away, you can grab someone, start a combo, and just go. So I mean, nobody's thinking about a grab from this far away, even though it's slower. It's still a grab from that far away. Nobody's going to really be thinking that's an option. So you can catch people with that. His standing heavy is the next one we're going to talk about. That's this guy right there. Very Android 16. You can hold it, and it does more range and more damage, which is always good. And it has 1 tick of armor. That's something I forgot to talk about in the Eraser Blow part of it. This guy also has 1 tick of armor. Those are the only 2 moves that he has that have any armor on them whatsoever. So he's not like OG Broly where he's just this armored beast coming at you. So it has 1 tick of armor. So this is going to beat a lot of moves out that are coming to you. Super Dash, boom. You know, Super Dash also, boom. So he's got some good anti-air moves. He's got some good things that will beat just something that's only going to hit you once. So like a base Goku beam, a Dodon Ray, you know, things that are one-hit moves. He's going to blow through them and he's gonna smack you. The next one that we're going to talk about is his 2M, and these are his stomps. And he can chain 4 of these guys together. Now the one little caveat with this is that after this first stomp, if they're blocked, they can reflect out. So there's enough of a gap in between those stomps where they can reflect out and, you know, basically get a free punish. So that's where you got to start mixing grabs. So, you know, stomp, grab is a good thing if they're blocking, because then if they try to if they're used to reflecting, you can grab them out of that, so on and so forth. It gets into his overall game plan from there. Now, he doesn't have a traditional low-hitting 2L like a lot of characters. His 2L is this uppercut right here, and this is going to be his fastest move. This is a 6-frame light, so this is going to be able to contest things. His normal light, which is this guy right there, is a 10-frame light. It is slow. And if you're not used to using it in certain situations and you're used to other characters that have 6-frame lights, it's going to really get into it. And as you can see, the auto combo is very easy to just jump cancel into, which gets into something I'm going to talk about later on in the pros that I think about him. That's maybe going to be a little bit of controversy in this video from me. But yeah, his 5L, slow but good range. 2L, if you're in a scramble situation, you want to do this. And it hits pretty high up too. So we're going to set the enemy's jump here. And as you can see, even like near the top of his jump box, that still hits. It's hard to convert off of. If it hits, it is hard to convert off of. But you know, you can hit him from up there. It's also good against Super Dash, where you can just pop him out of the sky. So the fact that it's quick, it has a high hitbox, you know, it's really good for you. It doesn't hit very far in front of, but as you can see, it kind of moves him forward. So like the range where his stand light hits from, he can very easily whiff his 2L. Right, now we're going to talk about some of his air normals, because he's got some really good air normals as well. We're going to start with the jump L. Not that guy. This guy. The range on this is absurd. Like, it's just absurd. You can very easily catch super dashing people with it. All his air normals are pretty big. His jump heavy is really big. And the thing with it is you can kind of chain that, so you can go.
Come on, try harder. You don't know when to give up.
If I can do it. I can do it with enough timing.
You don't know when
So
to give
yeah,
up.
you can
You don't know when to give
easily
up.
chain that in. But basically that whole green circle there is where he's hitting with his jump H. His jump M's got a lot of range. His jump L's got a lot of range, and it's quick. Like, this is pretty quick. And you can use it to snipe super dashes and everything because it hits far enough in front of his hurt box that you can stop a lot of stuff with it. His jump 2H is yet another grab. So you see me do this in combos. That's this guy right there with the chest pound. That is his jump 2H, and it does a lot of corner carries. So we're just gonna. So it does a lot of corner carry. I mean, we were on one side of the screen, and we're almost at the other side of the screen. So if you do a proper Broly combo from, let's go back to the wall here. If you do a proper Broly combo into this, you've got a lot of screen carry there. So it's a very good tool, and it's great for incoming snap pressure, especially in the corner. Alright, so we're gonna snap. And if you can get the timing right, you can catch people. I've done it a lot in this game. I just can't get it to do it right now. I've tried it so many times, I just can't get it to work. I think it might be because it's the dummy's not reacting, dummy's not moving, and my timing's just off because I'm used to playing online. So we're just gonna do it. But trust me, you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it. If you watch my videos, if you watch Dr. Doyo's videos, JM Crops, anybody that's been playing with Broly, you have seen the incoming snap where you normally go in for like pressure and you meet them, chuck them. It's really nice. It's also good after super dashes if someone tries to back off, because it does, you know, move a little bit forward in the air. So if they don't back off a lot, if they just like super dash and block, you can just grab them, throw them across the screen, and make it feel sorry that they even are alive. Okay. He does have two more notable normals I want to talk about, and that is his down S, which is a beam. This is a true beam. It's a slow beam. I'm pretty sure it is the slowest beam in the game because I'm pretty sure this is slower than Cooler's. Cooler's was the slowest in the game. I think this is now beaten for it, but it is a true beam. You cannot super dash through this. Now the good thing about this is that you can whip. You can, you know, cancel. Since it's a normal, you can vanish on whip. You can vanish on cancel on anything. You can just vanish on it. So you don't have to hit. He starts up, not even going yet, and you can vanish. So you can get people to really get that guessing game. It's like, oh, he's gonna throw the beam, I'm gonna super dash, and nope, okay, I'm gonna vanish then. The other thing is his key blast in the air. This is just the S button in the air. Is this ball? It always comes down at this angle, and again, you cannot super dash through this. It's pretty slow, but it comes down at a pretty decent angle, and you can't super dash through it. It's a proper full projectile. Alright, and the last thing we're going to talk about before we get into the pros and cons is his assists. And that's that guy right there. I have found uses for it. It is very good for like dunk combos. 21 plays very well with this. And it does hit, it does kind of hit higher than you would think. So just kind of doing the combos with it. It is actually pretty good in neutral. The only thing I would say is that it doesn't hit as high up as a beam does. So if they're more than about here, it's a short little hop. I wish I could do a short little hop. Basically look at where the belts are. If they're really any higher than that, it's not going to hit. And it is a little slow. So timing on it can get a little tricky to use in combos. You have to call it a little earlier. If you use the beams, you have to call it a little earlier than a beam. It's a little later than Janimbas because it doesn't take quite as long to hit as Janimbas. So we're going to do full screen here. So I mean, full screen, yeah, it takes a little bit. It takes about the same, but you know, it's still it's a very serviceable assist because it does hit full screen. As you can see, he does kind of pop in front of you, So if you are, you can almost use them as meat shield. I have accidentally hit a Broly assist instead of the opponent because they were blocking, called Broly, just backed up a little bit. I started comboing Broly, and then they, you know, got me. All right, so on to the pros and cons. So for pros, you know, people use the term King Kong normals. Well, this boy has some Godzilla normals. I mean, he stomps you, he rushes you down. The air L's, the air M's, you know, he's just got some great normals. So if you're looking if you like big normals, you know, big range, this is your man. He's got some good range. I don't think he's on par with like Cooler as far as some of his the absurdity of some of his range. In some aspects he's a little better, especially like the stand L is definitely a lot better range than Cooler. Even his 2L I think has got a slight better range than Cooler's 5L. But yeah, he's just got good range. Another thing this boy has is damage. Solo damage. No assists, no anything. Like you can, like here, I'm gonna try to do a quick little combo for you so I can show you some good damage with him. Alright, so yeah, that was a 4-bar combo, but 3,900 damage for 4-bar combo, and if you weren't buffed, you're now buffed. And if he's by himself and he needs a kill, that is a great way to get a kill. So I mean, just the solo damage that he can get is crazy. The fact that he has post-sliding knockdown stuff with this is just crazy. And you know, if I did the right super, that would have been even better. But hey, but you get the idea that he can do combos post-sliding knockdowns. So where most people's combos would end, he can keep going with this little off-the-ground grab. So I mean, that's a big feather in his cap. His assist synergy, just with other assists, you know, he works well with other assists because he has these dunk combos. So I mean, you know, he works really good with other assists. He's got pretty good assist synergy with everybody else. Like I said, timing's just a little different, but overall, his synergy, team synergy, is really good. He's got great anti-airs. You know, with this, that. I mean, he's got a bevy of anti-air options. He's got quick anti-air options. He's got, you know, air-to-air anti-air options. You know, he's got a really good anti-air options. And last, he's flashy. Like, the combos he does are bright and colorful, and you know, they look cool. And the last pro, I think this is going to be where I'm going to have a little bit of contention. I think, honestly, my opinion, he's fairly easy to use. Air combos, you get one jab, you get one medium, and you get your one heavy. That's it. So as far as air combos go, they're pretty easy to learn. He's got a very easy confirm jump cancel off of his auto combo. You know, and so his combo structure is not insanely difficult where you have to remember, okay, I got to do, you know, light, medium, light, jump cancel, light, down, heavy, jump, you know, down, heavy into special attack, into vanish, into special attack, into assist call. He's pretty straightforward as far as his combos go, really. I mean, you can get very, 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 very creative with him and do some long stringing, comboing craziness with him. But as far as just like ease of use and beginner friendliness, I think he's actually a very beginner friendly character. He doesn't have anything that's really hard to understand. You know, he teaches you a lot of the core things. You know, he shows you his normals. You know, the stand-up is patently absurd too, by the way. because I mean, that's stupid. So I mean, he teaches you a lot about, you know, simple combo structure. He's got basic ki blast. He's got a beam. He's got anti-air stuff. He's got grabs. He's got chaining moves, so you can learn about that. He's got variable supers. So he has a little bit of everything in this game, but nothing crazy and overwhelming to where it's going to be like, okay, well, this guy has so many things, I don't want to pick him up. He's got a very big toolbox, but I think that everything is pretty easy for people to understand and people to use and people to get in there and figure out, okay, well, if I do this, then this happens. If I do this, then this happens. So as far as a beginner-friendly character, I think Broly's probably the most beginner-friendly character they've made so far. That might be a hot take for me, but I'm going to stand by that one. Alright, now as far as the cons go for him, he does have a few. 5L being the slowest in the game, 10 frames, you know, everything will beat this out. If you're in a scramble situation, you cannot use this. If you're just used to, you know, trying to mash out with this combo situation, you cannot use it. 2L is very good for that, but you have to remember to use 2L. So that'll take a little getting used to. Another one, he's, you know, elephant in the room, he's tall. You know, he does crouch down a little bit more than Gogeta, but he's still the same height as Gogeta. People are like, oh, Gogeta can get fuzzied so easily. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. You know, he's not as tall as, you know, like Goku Blue. So I mean, yes, he's gonna be fuzzyable. He's gonna be, you know, especially way more fuzzyable than like Vegeta and everything like that. Because, you know, Vegeta's like basically looking at his belt. I'm using belt because I don't want to say anything else. But, you know, he's tall. He can very easily get fuzzied, but everybody can get fuzzied in this game now with universal fuzzies and all that kind of crap. He doesn't have a, you know, low hitting 2L. This is what they gave him for a quick startup jab, basically, instead of giving him a low. The only low he has in this game are his stomps. Like, he does not have any lows in this game except for these stomps. So you're not going to mix someone up by high-low. You're going to mix someone up by, are you going to hit me or are you going to grab? That's how you're going to mix someone up. And another one, even though he has all these grabs, his grabs are slow. I mean, they're 24 frames. That's not bad, but, you know, when you're talking about, like, Bluku here, Bluku's got a 17 frame grab. OG Broly has a 17 frame grab. A lot of characters that have grabs, even Janemba's has his light grab is faster than that. So I mean, people who have grabs and have light grabs usually have faster grabs. So the fact that it's variable and you got, you know, your grounded grab, you got your air grab, and you got your variable one. Yeah, it's nice, but they're all 24 frames. They're all kind of slow. I mean, you will catch people with them, but they need to be a little faster. For him being a grappler archetype character, his grabs really need to be faster. And like Jason Momoa, he needs to be shirtless more often. My lovely wife got a hold of my script. Okay, well, I guess I'm leaving that one in there. Alright, so as far as overall game plan, where do I think he fits on a team? Personally, I think mid or anchor. On this particular team that I have him on, I have the... Let me get the team order set here real quick. Okay, so this is the team order for this particular team. I got a Janemba point, Gogeta mid, Broly anchor. If you watch this channel and you've seen this secondary team, beginning of the week Broly, this is what I rolled out. I like this team. I like the way that everybody works together on this team. So this is actually going to be my secondary team. This will be a team that you will see on the channel more often than some other teams that I've done. But this is going to be like my secondary team. If I get tired of playing with 21 cooler Janemba, I'm going to switch over to Janemba Vegeta or Janemba Gogeta Broly. So this is definitely going to be a secondary team that's going to be on this channel. The reason I think he belongs in the anchor position is that he does have that good solo damage, especially when he's buffed up. You're going to be using him a lot for space control, you know, with all of his anti-air moves that he has, you know, the moves that can just rip you out of the sky, you know, the ground pounds. He's pretty good at space control. He's not an insanely good zoner, but he does have some really good zoning properties. So, I mean, his zoning is good. His pressure is pretty good too, because again, you have to make them guess. Am I gonna go high, low throw? You know, you're gonna make him guess. So he's got that guessing game where you have to guess. Okay, attack or throw, attack or throw, attack or throw. You always have to be on that in that mindset of what is he gonna try to, when is he gonna try to throw me? It's not is he gonna try to throw me, it's when is he gonna try to throw me. Especially if you're blocking. So you make your opponents afraid to super dash on you with his space control, you know, with his beam, with his eraser blow, with his anti-air grab, everything. You make him afraid to super dash, afraid to come in, but then you also make them afraid to, you know, reflect or to push a button, because is he going to keep his attack string up where I'm going to be negative, or is he going to throw and then this reflect and just going to get caught? You know, what is he going to do? So my final thoughts on him is I think he's fun. I mean, I think he's just a fun character. He's like these three that I have on this team. They're just fun characters. Are they top tier? No. I don't think anybody would struggle to say that these guys are S tier characters. It's not going to happen. Gun to my head though, asking me where New Broly sits. Bottom A, top B, somewhere around in there is where I would put him. Like I said, he will be on my secondary team. I do think he's a lot of fun, and I have had a lot of fun trying him out, playing around with him, and doing this week of Broly. He's not leaving the channel for good. I am going to go on a hiatus with him because I've gotten some points lost. I got to get my colors square back, but that's all stuff for another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for notifications. You know, give Broly some love. If you got him, try him. If you haven't tried him yet, I hope this guide, you know, helps you out and gives you a good reason to try him. And also, I hope that this guide told you something that you did not know. But anyway, I have been the Real Agent P. Thank you very much for watching, but most importantly, have a great day.